Hi there and welcome to Wrestling Days. So today I've been thinking a lot about the Fastlane main event and just where it is that we're going on this journey towards WrestleMania. And specifically more with who's going to be headlining WrestleMania. That person traditionally is the face of the company. It would traditionally have been John Cena or The Rock or Stone Cold or Hulk Hogan back in the day. But WWE have got a problem at the moment because their current candidate for that role, Roman Reigns, is really struggling to connect to the whole WWE universe. Roman Reigns really had his moment at TLC when he absolutely destroyed Triple H, but in truth all that really did was give Triple H a massive pop, a massive moment when he returned at the Royal Rumble and defeated Roman Reigns for the title. Really, WWE got that whole thing the wrong way round. It should have been Triple H beating up on Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns returning to take the title at the Royal Rumble. But it's these silly little mistakes and these booking inconsistencies, if you will, that mean that Roman just constantly struggles to connect to that wider audience. Now, WWE do actually have someone who I believe fits that role perfectly. It's somebody who is capable of award-winning matches, not just good matches, not just competent in the ring matches, but somebody who is capable of match of the year matches. They have somebody that can connect to the whole audience, someone that can connect with the adults and entertain the adults through their in-ring abilities, all the way down to the kids through their character and their personality. And also this person has been into wrestling and passionate about wrestling all the way back into their youth. It's reported that this person was attending wrestling promotions from the age of 10 and 11. I am, of course, talking about Bayley. Now, for those of you that don't know, Bayley is the current NXT Women's Champion. She's been with NXT since 2012 and actually signed from that same promotion that she used to go and watch as a child. So I think they were called big time promotions. She would go down there from the age of 10, 11, watch the wrestlers, actually wrote essays about how she wanted to become a female wrestler and win the Divas title. And then at the age of 18, she started working with big time promotions and then got called up to NXT. In her time in NXT, she started off very green and has slowly improved to where she is now, which is the current Women's NXT Champion. She had Match of the Year, the NXT Match of the Year I should say, against Sasha Banks the night before SummerSlam at Brooklyn TakeOver. Which, if you haven't seen that match, I'd urge you to go onto the network and check it out. She's also been one of the first women alongside Sasha Banks to co-main event a WWE special when her and Sasha, in their rematch from the Brooklyn match, went in a 30-minute Iron Man match. And again, that was the following TakeOver. Bayley has also won another honour, a fantastic honour, which was given to her by the Wrestling Observer, widely regarded as the most respected publication on wrestling. They awarded Bayley the Most Improved Wrestler of 2015. To put that into perspective, previous winners of this award include Sting, The Rock, and even Brock Lesnar. Bayley becomes the first woman to receive this honour. Bayley also has another massive tool in her arsenal, the ability to connect with fans. She connects with the adults from her in-ring work and her determination, and she connects with the kids through her entrances, her bright colours and her ethos. You know, her slogan is, I'm a hugger, and she likes to go up and hug people. Now, you'd think that the adults in the audience would struggle to connect with that, but that's far from the truth. If anybody saw the recent NXT London special, you will have seen just how raucous that crowd was for Bayley, making up several chants on the spot just so that they could make noise and show appreciation to what surely has to be the most over wrestler in WWE right now. Now, there are limitations as to why Bayley can't become the face of WWE. First of all, she's on NXT, but that surely is only a matter of time before she gets called up. I do think that they'll leave her down there towards the summer, but hopefully as we get to the summer and certainly Christmas time, they will call her up, maybe for a feud with Sasha, again for the proper Divas title. Don't like calling it Divas title. They should bring back the women's title, but it would be great to see those two feuding again, but on a bigger stage. So I don't see that too much of an issue. I think they've already headlined an NXT special. It's logical that at some point the women will headline a proper pay-per-view. It'll probably start off as being a Money in the Bank or something along those lines. I don't see them doing a SummerSlam or a WrestleMania. Not yet anyway. But I think that they're capable of doing that soon as well. Maybe again later this year, start of next year. But I think the real problem that Bayley has is that there's only one women's title. There's not the range of matches for her to stand out. There's not the range of opponents for her to battle. The women's division consists of 8 to 10 wrestlers and one title. It's very hard to build consistent, compelling stories with those limitations. You get 1 or 2 segments at most on Raw, and then you'll get the same on SmackDown. The whole rest of the programming is taken up by the male tag teams and the male individuals who seem to have a monopoly on everything. I think that monopoly can break, and I think that Bayley is definitely the wrestler that can do that, along with Charlotte, along with Sasha, along with, for me, a very much improved Becky Lynch. So I do think that there are limitations, but I do think that she can connect with the younger generation better than pretty much anyone else on the roster. They need to call her up. They need to call her up sooner rather than later, and they need to start growing and getting her to connect with the wider WWE universe. I think that the men are still going to be the headline acts for a long time to come, but I think there is a place in this for the women to really make the biggest mark they ever have. And I can see, as I say, Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and even the likes of Nia Jax, you know, who's down in NXT and is really, really imposing. She plays that monster heel role really well. I can see her, Asuka as well. Eventually we'll get the call up. So the women's division is in a really strong place. I would love to see more titles. I'd love to see tag titles. I'd love to see some kind of intercontinental or US women's title. And I'd like to see the show start to be split a little bit more 50-50. I think that would make it more interesting. I think there's no need for all these recaps on Raw. I think that they could just pad it out with more women's wrestling. And I think the spearhead of that is going to be Bayley. And I'm looking forward as to where women's wrestling is heading. So, as always, thanks a lot for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK, and I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you agree with me that you'd like to see the women get more of an opportunity, headline some pay-per-views this year, get a few more titles, maybe make the show a bit more 50-50 with the men? Or do you think that what they're doing with Roman Reigns is the right way forward? Or maybe you'd like to see Ambrose in that role? Or maybe you want to see Daniel Bryan return? Or maybe John Cena's your guy? Whoever it might be, whatever it is you favour, I'd love to hear from you. So get over to Twitter and drop me some comments, or send me some messages, or drop something in the comments below. As always, that's everything for now, but I will see you again tomorrow, and thanks a lot for watching.